Trainer of the Year drops a bombshell. Something's happening. The tide is turning, and more voices in the boxing world are starting to lean toward Terence Crawford instead of Canelo Alvarez ahead of their highly anticipated September 12th showdown in Las Vegas. Canelo, the unified super middleweight champion, raised serious concerns in his most recent performance. Against Cuban fighter William Skull, now the former IBF champion, this past Saturday in Saudi Arabia, he didn't just look off, he looked unrecognizable. Slow, sluggish, and throwing just 152 punches over the entire fight. It's not just Skull's elusive style, there's something deeper. Something worrying. Robert Garcia, a major voice in boxing, has just changed his prediction. He's no longer picking Canelo. His new favorite is Crawford. And he's not alone. More and more fans and experts are starting to see a pattern. A decline. A downward slope that, according to some, began with lackluster performances against John Ryder and Jamie Munguia, but became painfully clear against the physically imposing Edgar Berlanga, whom Canelo couldn't dominate last September. Those who saw that fight remember how Berlanga landed hard shots in the later rounds. Some even claim that if the fight had lasted 15 rounds like in the old days, Canelo wouldn't have made it to the end. And now, after his most recent showing against Skull, the decline is no longer just a theory, it's a reality many can no longer ignore. I always thought Canelo was too big and strong, Robert Garcia admitted. But now I see Crawford winning. He's got great footwork, fast combinations, and a killer mindset. Many fans haven't become diehard Crawford supporters due to his style, which some find less flashy, but they see him as the hunter who knows exactly when to strike. And that prey for many is Canelo. At 34 years old, after 3 underwhelming fights, some say his prime is behind him. Robert Garcia didn't hold back. Canelo looks slower, throws one punch at a time with no clear ideas. Crawford is faster, more technical, more cerebral, and stronger than people think. And let's be clear, Crawford sees what's going on. He's not just chasing a paycheck. He knows he's facing a man who's no longer the same. After Canelo's latest performance, the American sees his chance, and he smells blood.
His footwork looked very slow. Physically, he didn't look as good. To a lot of people, the Terence Crawford fight then becomes a little more interesting, I guess, because he looked vulnerable physically against Skull, who just ran the entire time. What's your thought on it?
Look, I think this fight now with Crawford is gonna make it a better fight. I think it's a very close fight. Now I switch. I always thought Canelo was gonna be too big, too strong, but now I'm gonna pick Crawford to win this fight. Crawford is very talented, great footwork, great combinations, and a very strong fighter. Facing him off, he's actually the taller man. So I'm leaning towards Crawford now. I switched my opinion. I think Canelo looked too slow, too flat-footed. One punch at a time. I don't think that's gonna be enough for him to beat Crawford. Crawford's too fast, too strong, just too good for him.
Question for the audience. Do you think Canelo, after this last fight, still has what it takes to stop Terence Crawford? Or are we witnessing the beginning of the end of his era? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any shocking stories from the boxing world. Big surprises and brutal controversies are coming.